Good about those. Thanks again for tuning into yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from the West Coast yet again, San Jose, California. In this video, we're going to be talking about ways to save money on your Stage 2 for your Harley Davidson. Your cam install, your upgrade, Stage 2 upgrade. It is pricey. It is very, very pricey depending on what you do to it. Okay, there's a few kits out there. Of course, you could swap out your lifters, you can swap out your cams, your cam, obviously that's the upgrade. You can swap out your oil, your plate kit, your chest kit, you know, plenty of different methods. You could go from a quickie push rod install, which is by far the cheapest and the fastest way to do it and the easiest, or you could go in, remove your heads, and then do a full push rod install from you know, fueling. Many different ways, but like I said, this is of course the best way to save money on your Stage 2 install. So number one, of course, you do it yourself, DIY. So there's plenty of videos on YouTube you guys can just look at. I just googled, I went up on the search tab, search bar, Stage 2 install, and you have a few videos here, of course. Check these out. Check out these videos. I would say Gilstrap Garage, that's a good one. You also have, of course, my videos. I have a full playlist. I have a up close and personal cam where you really see what's going on inside. That's just the way I like to film my videos, to put you guys right in the middle of the video of the install. These other, of course, I mean, there's nothing wrong with these other installs. It's just that, of course, they're a little bit further back. They're third-person view, so the uploader or the YouTuber, they're in the video. These other ones, I mean, there's some of them where they don't even show you the Stage 2 install, but like I said, just check out the videos. Sometimes there's a little bit of hint of, you know, information in these other videos that, you know, they don't really show the install itself, but they have tips from the mechanic that's actually doing the install. So like I said, check out these videos. You'll have an idea of what you're getting yourself into, and probably, you know, just give you a guide or a path to how to, you know, install the Stage 2 properly. So like I said, I have a whole playlist on the Stage 2 itself. By itself, you could check out the push rods, the cam bearing. I got you know, cutting the push rods, all of that stuff. It's all in a playlist on the channel. You guys could check that out. Use that, or use Gilstrap Garage, or you could also use JP Cycles. I think JP Cycles, they have a really good video on it, and they installed it on a Fat Bob, I believe, on a Fat Bob. So check that out on JP Cycles. They have a good video, and like I said, it doesn't have to be SNS fueling. They're all the same. All the Stage 2 upgrades, even if you're using a Woods, Redshift, SNS, fueling, whatever, Star Racing, whatever, you know, you're using, they're all going to be the same. So let's move on to, of course, the tuner, which is it's something that you're not going to be able to get around. All right, it's going to cost you a lot of money. The tuner itself, $400 to $600, depending on the Power Vision 2 or the PV4. Then of course you also have to get it dyno tuned depending on where you get it. So the best way to do it, to save some money, you go on fuelmoto.com. If you're outside of California, this is by far the best way to do it. You save yourself a ton of cash by getting it through Fuelmoto PV4. They send you a map for what you have. You tell them the cam, you tell them what type of exhaust, intake, maybe you have injectors, maybe you have a larger throttle body or an intake, high flow intake, manifold on top of your Stage 1, whatever you want to include. You give them that information and they send you a map for your specific bike. So like I said, this is by far the best way, not the best way, but the cheapest way to get the tuner and have a map ready, set, go, you know, from the get-go. You don't have to, of course, schedule a dyno tuner, pay $600, and then on top of that, I mean, there's a lot of issues that could arise from that. So, you know, the only downside of, you know, cheaping out on the tuner, on the dyno tune, specifically the dyno tune, is you're leaving meat on the bone. Okay, you're going to be leaving some performance because of course, it's not specifically dyno tuned for your exact weather conditions and your city. Every city, every state, every part of the United States is different. You're going to have different, moisture in the air. You're going to have different altitudes. There's a lot of variables that you're leaving. So potentially you might be leaving, like I said, about 8, maybe 5 to 10% of performance on the table by not getting it professionally dyno tuned. So that is up to you. My opinion, if you ask me, the $600 is well worth the extra 10 to 15 horsepower, foot-pounds of torque that you're going to be getting on your bike. Depending on, of course, the cam and other components that you have on the bike. So I'm just saying, you do a stage 1, you're getting about 3 to 5 foot-pounds of torque or horsepower with just a stage 1, and you're spending about $3,000, mind you. So if you're getting it dyno tuned for $600, I mean, I believe it's worth the dyno tune. But like I said, if you're not huge into the performance and you just want that sweet sound of a cam, of a 475 or a 468 or whatever you got, 465, whatever, you want that chop, then you don't really care about leaving 5 to 10% of performance on the table. So this is, like I said, by far the best way to do it and the cheapest to get it dyno tuned, whatever cam you have. So let's move on to the cheapest stage 2 on the market right now. Of course, would have to be the 475 chain drive camshaft DynoJet PV3 kit from S&S. Now, this is California compliant. You're leaving a lot of performance on the table, but this will get you that chop. And like I said, it's by far the cheapest way to do it. Okay, you have the tuner, you have the map, and you have the $630 bucks. Sorry, it's for $630. The cam, the tuner, and the map, all three. Remember, this is only for the touring models. This is only for the long exhaust or dual exhaust, whatever you have on your touring model. This is only for A8 touring models. I gotta say that because you can't really. I mean, yes, you could use this on Softails and shorter pipe exhaust, but it's not gonna perform as it should. Stuff like that. Okay, so $628, cam, tuner, map, ready, set, go. You install it yourself and you connect it, flash the bike, and you're pretty much done. You don't have to contact Flo-Moto, you don't have to contact the tuner, you don't have to do anything. Cons to this kit, of course, the 628, it's California compliant. You're losing out potentially 10 to 15% of performance that you're leaving on the table. But like I said, if you just want that idle, you just want that chop, I mean, this is the best way to do it. Another con on top of that is you cannot unlock this tuner. So even if you do decide, you know what, I got the money now, maybe I want to add injectors, maybe I want to add a high flow intake manifold, maybe whatever you want to change, you can't do it. All right, this tuner, you can't do it with this tuner. You'll have to buy another tuner, which is going to cost you another $400 to $600 plus the dyno tune if you decide to get it dyno tuned. So moving on to the next one, of course, the best way to save a buck is avoid getting the plate and pump kit. So this is the cam chest support, the plate, and of course the oil pump. I would say if you have a 2020 and newer, 2022, 2021, 2023, 2024, whatever you got, if you have a 2020 and up, you don't need this, okay? You don't need this unless, of course, you're doing a big build, a big motor build, a 128, a 135, 131, whatever you're doing. I would, I think that if you're spending that kind of money on upgrading to a 131, 135, 128, you will, benefit from having better oil flow, better cooling, scavenging, all that good stuff. I believe 40% more oil flow, stuff like that. So there's benefits to having this. Do you need it? Absolutely not. I've already mentioned in my other videos, if you have a 2017 to 2019, you can actually go on eBay and buy it used. You could buy a used pump. You know, they're out there. I've always mentioned visit your performance shop, your Harley performance shop. Visit those guys. There's a good chance they have a old M8 pump with the O-ring on the back of the pump, the one that you need. Okay, you have to make sure you check out that video, which one you should get. But you have to get the revised oil pump version. That way you're not sumping your engine and potentially causing, you know, some major issues. So moving on to the next one, of course, Harbor Freight is your friend. Okay, Harbor Freight, Amazon. I have a parts list. I have a tools list and a parts list on the channel as well. That's going to help you get this installed. So you would have to, of course, do it. Like I said, you have to do it yourself, and you have to have the proper tools to do it yourself. If you're paying, you know, if you're paying a professional to do it, you're looking at about $800 to $1,200 for the install. In case you're wondering, I spoke to, of course, my local shops. So $800 to $1,200 for the install, you know, not including the ports. This is just the labor. Then, of course, you would also have to add the tuning if you do decide to potentially, by doing it yourself and, you know, getting the tuner from Flo-Moto or getting the California compliant kit, you're saving yourself about $2,000 on just labor and the dyno tune. $2,000 off of already. It's going to be you know, an expensive you know, install. A stage 2, that's going to be a lot of money. So you guys stay out there, stay safe. Let me know what you guys think. Share your thoughts down below. Stay out there, stay safe. Share your price, whatever you paid for your stage 2, in the comments. Life's risky, out there and ride. Later.